Destroy the Yakuza cars in order to take back the original plates of counterfeit cash.
Hello everybody, this is Chad the Gaming Dad, back once again with another episode of Fun or Run. But this time we're doing something a little bit different. This is Fun or Run Retro. I'm going to start mixing these in with the other Fun or Runs of some of the newer games, but let's go all the way back to 2002. Yes, that's right, we're going back to 2002 on the original Xbox, and the game in question today is Wreckless-the-Yakuza-missions. So as I was at my local used game store, I was looking around and I noticed the word Yakuza on here. And if you've been watching my channel, you probably know that I am completely and totally sucked in by the Yakuza games on PlayStation, whether it's the PlayStation 2 or 3 or the PlayStation 4. Last year, my favorite game was Yakuza 0, and this year I've been playing Yakuza Kiwami, which is the remake of the original one from PS2. These games are so great. There's so much to do in them. There's so many different things that you can get into. Yeah, there's the story, but so many side quests and just distractions, weird things that you can do. But that's a review for another day. Yes, I love Yakuza. So when I saw this, it said Wreckless-the-Yakuza-missions. I'm like, oh yeah, Yakuza, I gotta grab that. And heck, I think it was another one of those games that I got at the used store for about $1, maybe $2. Plus on the front, it's got cars and they're jumping up in the air, flipping with fire shooting out and people screaming and running away. It looked like it could be pretty cool. So let's take a look and see if it is fun or should we run? On the back of the box, it has a quote from the official Xbox magazine of January 2002. It says, "The most exciting, technically demanding, and amazing-looking driving game ever made." Now, wow, that's a bold statement, official Xbox magazine, because after I started playing this thing, oh boy, most exciting, technically demanding, not so much. Amazing looking, it was okay at the time. And ever made, wow, you guys are really on something. It also says on the back, "Rip up the streets and rub out the mob." For those of you who don't know, the Yakuza basically is the mob of Japan. So, problem is with this game, you do more destruction trying to rub out the mob than the mob would ever do themselves. So you playing this game as either the police or this other group of characters, you're actually worse than the Yakuza. I'm destroying everything as I drive down the streets. The cars have very, very slippery handling. They crash into stuff kind of randomly. It's not the easiest thing to get used to. But hey, you get to drive some crazy cars. There's even a knockoff DeLorean in here from Back to the Future. Sadly though, when you hit 88 miles an hour, it doesn't go back in time. Anyway, let's take a look at the missions. You have basically Scenario A and Scenario B. Scenario A has a bunch of missions that you follow. The Flying Dragons is what it says. Flying Dragons. There's these two girls that are female cops dressed up in some sort of crazy outfit. I mean, come on, this is a very Japanese game for sure. But let's take a look at here. The beginning, the very first mission sets up the story for these girls, right? They are trying to enjoy some pudding on the side of the road at an outdoor cafe or something. The Yakuza come through, mess up their little picnic, and be damned if they screwed up her pudding.
My pudding! I'm gonna get you for this.
She must go after them. They ruined her pudding. If there's one thing I know, you don't mess with a girl's pudding.
The cars are trying to ram them off the road. This one is yours, Dragons. Do what you have to do to stop the Yakuza car.
Do you think? That was them. Let's go.
Demolish the Yakuza car.
Roger that. Okay.
And then Scenario B has what only thing I could think of when I'm looking at this is that you've got the team of Herman Munster and Elton John going after the Yakuzas as if they were also somehow involved in the underground world of Yakuza. I'm not really sure. These guys not only look really weird, but they are dumb as a box of rocks, and the humor just falls completely flat. Wow.
Hold on a sec. I'm checking out the goods. What?
The goods?
No, I was, no.
Hubby-dubby, there's a cop right behind you.
Shut up! Get back to the car, Chang!
You're supposed to use my code name, ho.
Hurry up and start the car!
Doesn't really matter whether you're playing through scenario A or scenario B, you're pretty much giving chase to the Yakuza. That's the gist of it. You're either trying to crash into their cars enough to knock them out, or you're trying to hit them so that they'll drop something that you can pick up in order to pass the mission. There's a couple of cool ones mixed in there. I like the one where you have to make it to the airport and drive up into the back of a big cargo plane. That's pretty cool.
Mission complete. Good job.
The fun and the surprises don't happen very often in Wreckless-the-Yakuza-Missions. Not entirely sure what they were getting at with this game, other than just to have an excuse to put some pretty cool driving stuff in there and give you a reason to just crash into everything. I mean, again, you got to remember this was back in 2002, so the ability to have all these interactable objects, if you will, was still kind of new, so I guess that's where they were possibly going with this. Overall, what I have to say about Wreckless the Yakuza Missions here on Fun or Run, if you can find this for dirt cheap, I mean really dirt cheap, maybe, but you're not going to have fun with it for long. It doesn't last very long, so yeah, I really wouldn't recommend spending any actual amount of money on this thing. It is unique, it is a fun distraction for just a little while, maybe an hour or so, but overall, there's not a whole lot here in Wreckless the Yakuza Missions. And yes, I was drawn in by the word Yakuza because of my recent fondness for the actual Yakuza series of games, but that really has almost nothing to do with what you do in this game. So till next time, remember, you never outgrow video games. My name is Chad the Gaming Dad, and here for this first episode of Retro Fun or Run, I'm going to have to say Wreckless the Yakuza Missions, run!
My pudding! I'm gonna get you for this.
Thanks again for watching. If you liked that video, please press like and subscribe. I love hearing from you guys, so leave your comments and any suggestions down below. Remember, there's tons of other gamers out there just like you and me, and they also know that you never outgrow video games. Feel free to share these videos all over social media, Twitter, Facebook, or whatever you use. This channel is for all of us. Let's make sure they know that they are not alone. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.